With the introduction of the Vision Pro last week, it made me think about something I read like a dozen years ago, 12 years ago actually, to be precise. The whole idea of the virtual reality or AR that Apple's bringing forward, it made me think of a graphic novel put out by Greg Pak called Vision Machine. Greetings, Dave here, DCBFX. It's funny, I've got this microphone here, and this is the third time I record this. It's just, there's something going on here. I think I need to change my cable out. So, with the introduction of Apple's Vision Pro last week, which I hate that name, fire that marketing department, should have called it what they called it in here, the I. What it is the story is about a group of film students, and they're thinking, oh, well, Sprout's come out with something. Sprout, Apple. And who knows what it is? And the CEO, Liz Evers, comes on and says, we've come up with this called the I. It is a augmented virtual reality glass. Basically, you can record anything and you can basically look at something. So the example is a woman sees a flower and she then decides to make that a bouquet, which makes it into a field and makes it into all these things. And it was revolutionary. So the students said, I've got to get this. So they start using it. And it turns out the one friend, Jane, is what they call a dreamer. She's able to do things that people just can't even conceive of. So she gets the eyes and she puts them on, and immediately, this is what's in my head. It's what I'm trying to get out all the time. I've been trying to do this for so long as a filmmaker. And the first chapter, or the first issue, it's a PDF, so it's a chapter, talks about here's the I and here's what you can do with it. And they make all these videos, and the world is adapting to it. It's pretty cool. Then we get to chapter 2, and like anything, as Ronald Reagan says, the worst thing you can hear is, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. The government steps in and they add regulation upon regulation upon regulation, and they make it so much harder to use, to the point where it's much like in Ready Player One, where they say we can sell 85% of the view without impacting anyone. They have this and this and this and this and this and this and this ads all the time. Then it just sort of ruins the experience. So people are then hopping off the network. So the government gets in and they make it really hard to use. You whistle a Beatles song. Oh, you owe us, 5 cents, 10 cents. We've taken it from your account. Oh, you said this line from this movie. You owe us 5 cents. So they're really micromanaging it, to the point that the CEO of Sprout, who's since left the company, and they had one of their admission statements is, don't be evil, which I thought interesting. It sort of alludes to Google. The final chapter is fighting to get the control back, to the point where they're working with the the rebels, I guess, trying to take out the network. They're basically they call themselves Uton off of the official network. So they're doing their way back in around it, and they destroy the servers and they get it all working like it was supposed to. But the thing is, the whole thing about this is the allegory was, this is a way to bring humanity together. Essentially, the I work with people like Jane, who was a dreamer, to basically augment their natural telepathic abilities, to the point that other telepaths link together, and basically it links all of the world together. In the end of it, we have a doctor about to operate using his eyes, and the network goes down. You have a young girl who decides to sail around the world, and she's talking to her mom because there's a storm, and loses the connection, and all these things. And it turns out that dreamers like Jane are linking people together again, so the doctor can continue the surgery, but the network's down. I can still see everything. I can do this. Let's do this. And it brings the world together. In the very end, you have people just sort of sitting in a virtual reality on the clouds looking at each other. And then the CEO turns and goes, oh, hey, there you are. Yes, welcome. Reaching out to you because you're part of the network as well. It's a very cool story, but I think it's like 12 years ahead of its time, because I can see this is where the world could be going with the Apple and the Vision Pro and everything else. So I think it's really cool. And the best part about this is it's free. Go to gregpak.com, download it. It's free for you to use. There's versions you can actually use and make your own story, because there's a letterless version. At least there was when I looked today. And you can do whatever you want with it. And it's a very cool story. I think you should check it out, because it is sort of looking, to way things are going to go. Like, this talks to me because my wife always says to me, you really like these government's idiots kind of stories. Like a lot of Stephen King, like The Stand, Firestarter. The government, or even Lawnmower Man, the government ruins everything. So it's a cool idea until the government gets to it. And yeah, it's true, because, well, it's the government. Look at Skippy way of running our country right now. Anyway, I I think you should check it out, and it's available, like I say, on gregpack.com. Download it and read it, and let me know what you think. I really enjoyed it. I read it once every couple of years, and I think it's a worthwhile read, especially with what's going on right now. So that's my video for today. Hope everyone's having a great day. We'll talk to you all later.